this evening. My name is Logan McClellan, and I am the producer of this incredibly beautiful organization. I have 4 brief announcements before we begin the show. First and foremost, please take this opportunity now to turn off any and all cell phones. Second, please recycle your program at the end of the show. It really helps us out a lot. We appreciate that. Third, in the extraordinarily unlikely event of a fire in the student activities building, there are 2 exits. First behind you where you came in, the second behind me and behind the pit. And finally, to give you a brief heads up, there will be a 50-50 raffle going on here at intermission. It's a great way to help us out financially. We are completely student-run and fully depend on your support to do productions like these. So again, thank you very much for coming. Enjoy the show, and I'll see you at the intermission.
out of this, you rip. You've had my warning. If you come back, you'll be thrown out.
Who'll throw me out?
Billy Bigelow, the barker. Same feller you let get so free with you.
I bet he wouldn't. He wouldn't throw me out.
Well, I bet the same thing. You mind your business, hussy. Get back to your carousel and leave us alone.
Yes, leave us alone, you old.
I don't run my business for a lot of chippies.
Chippy yourself. Yes, chippy yourself.
Shut up! Jabber, jabber, jabber. Jabber, 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 jabber. What's going on anyway? Spitting and sputtering like 3 lumps of corn popping on a shovel?
Mr. Bigelow, please.
Don't yell.
I didn't yell.
Well, don't. What's the matter?
Take a look at that girl, Billy. She ain't ever allowed to be in my carousel again. Next time she tries to get in, if she ever dares, I want you to throw her out. Understand? Throw her out.
All right. You heard what the lady said. Run home now.
Come on, Julie. No.
I won't.
Like a drink.
Sure.
Mr. Bigelow, tell me, please, honest and truly, if I came to the carousel, would you throw me out?
What'd she do anyway?
She says you put your arm around my waist.
So that's it. Here's something new. Can't put my arm around a girl without asking your permission. That's how it is.
I just don't want that one around no more. That's all.
You come around all you want, see? And if you ain't got the price, Billy Bigelow will treat you to a ride.
Big talker, ain't you, Mr. Bigelow? Bet you think I can't throw you out too if I wanna? Oh, you're such a good barker, I can't get along without you. That is. Well, just for that, you're discharged. Your services are no longer required. You're bounced. See?
Very well, Mrs. Mullen.
Well, you know I could bounce you if I felt like it.
And you felt like it just now, so I'm bounced.
You have to pick up every word I say. I only said...
That my services were no longer required. Very good, we'll let it go at that, Mrs. Mullen.
All right, you devil. We'll let it go at that.
Mr. Bigelow, if she says she's willing to change
You
her...
keep out of it.
I don't want this to happen account of me.
Apologize to her.
Aha! Me? Apologize to her? For what? For spoiling the good name of my carousel? The business that was left to me? My dear, sacred, pardon, husband, Mr. Mullen. I only wish my poor husband was alive this minute.
I bet he don't.
He'd give you such a smack on the jaw.
And that's just what I'm gonna do if you don't drown up.
You upstart. After all I've done for you. I'm through with you for good this time, you hear?
Get!
Through for good. Won't take you back like before.
Mr. Bigelow?
Don't you get sorry for me or I'll give you a slap on the jaw. Don't you feel sorry for me either.
I don't feel sorry for you, Mr. Bigelow.
You're a liar. You are feeling sorry for me. I can see it in your face. You think now that she fired me, I won't be able to get another job.
What willing did you now, Mr. Bigelow?
First of all, go get myself a glass of beer. Whenever anything bothers me, I always get myself a glass of beer.
So you are bothered about losing your job?
No, only about how I'm going to pay for the beer. Will you pay for it? Will you? How much money you got?
43 cents.
And you? I asked you how much you got. I understand. You needn't cry about it. I'm going back to the carousel to get my things. Wait here until I come back. I'll have a drink. It's all right. I'll pay.
Julie. Julie. Julie.
tell you about it before was because you didn't have a feller of your own, but, well, now that you got one, I can tell you about mine!
I'm glad you got a feller, Carrie. What's his name?
His name is Mr. Snow, and an outstanding man is he. He comes home every night in his round bottom boat with a net full of herring from the sea. An almost perfect beau, as fine as a girl could wish. But he spends so much time in his round bottom boat that he can't seem to lose the smell of fish. The first time he kissed me, the whiff of his clothes knocked me flat on the floor of the room. But now that I love him, my heart's in my nose, and fish is my favorite perfume. Last night he spoke quite low, and a fair-spoken man is he. And he said, Miss Pipperidge, I'd like it fine if I could be wed with a wife. And indeed, Miss Pipperidge, if you'll be mine, I'll be yours for the rest of my life. Next moment we were promised, and now my mind's in a maze. For all that we do is look forward to that wonderful day of days when I marry Mr. Snow. The flowers will be buzzing with the hum of bees. The birds will make a racket in the churchyard trees. When I marry Mr. Snow, then it's up to home we'll go. And both of us will look a little dreamy-eyed, and drive into a cottage by the ocean side, where the salty breezes blow. He'll carry me across the threshold, and I'll be as meek as a lamb. Then he'll set me on my feet, and I'll say, kind of sweet, "Well, Mr. Snow, here I am." And I'll kiss him so he'll know that everything will be as right can be, a living in a cottage by the sea with me. For I love that Mr. Snow, that young seafaring, bold and daring, big bee-whiskered, overbearing, darling Mr. Snow.
Carrie, I'm so happy for you.
So you see, I know how you feel about Billy Bigelow.
You
Don't
still here?
You told us to wait for you.
What do you think I want with two of you? I meant that one of you to wait. The other can go home.
All right. All right.
One of you goes home. Where do you work?
Bascom's Cotton Mill, little ways up the river.
You?
I work there too.
One of you goes home. Well, which one of you wants to stay? Come on, speak up, which you stays?
Whoever stays loses her job.
How do you mean?
Well, all Bascom's Cotton Mill girls have to be respectable. We all have to live in the mill boarding house, and if we're late, they'll lock us out, and we can't go back to work there anymore.
Yeah, is that true? A bounty for not home on time.
That's right.
Julie, should I go?
I can't tell you what to do.
All right. Stay if you like.
Is that right? You'll be discharged if you stay.
Julie, should I go?
Why do you keep asking me that?
You know what's best to do.
All right. Carrie, you can go home.
Oh, good night.
bad job. You had supper?
No,
Want to eat out on the pier?
no,
Anywhere else?
no.
You don't come to the carousel much. I've only seen you 3 times before today.
I've been there much more than that.
Is that right? Did you see me?
Yes,
Did you know I was Billy Bigelow?
they told me.
Have you got a sweetheart?
No,
Don't lie to me.
I haven't anybody.
You stayed here with me the first time I asked you to. You know your way around, all right, all right.
No, I don't, Mr. Bigelow.
And I suppose you don't know why you're sitting here like this, alone with me. I wouldn't have stayed so quick if you hadn't done it before. What did you stay for anyway?
So you wouldn't be left alone.
Alone? God, you're dumb. I don't need to be alone. I got all the girls I want. Don't you do that?
I know, Mr. Bigelow.
Tell me now.
All the girls are crazy for you. But that's not why I stayed. I stayed because you've been so good to me.
Well, then, you can go home.
I don't want to go home.
Suppose I go and leave you sitting here.
Even then, I wouldn't go home.
You know who you remind me of? A girl I knew on Coney Island. Tell you how I met her. One night before closing time, we had just put the lights out on the carousel, just as I was about to...
Evening, Mr. Basco.
Evening to me. Nice night.
Indeed, it is. Mr. Basco, that girl is one of your girls.
One of my girls. Is that you, Miss Jordan?
Yes, Mr. Bascom.
Whatever are you doing out at this hour? You know what time we close our doors in the middle of the working hours. You couldn't make it home on time now, even if you ran over.
No, sir.
Who's those sideburns?
Here now, don't you go calling Mr. Basco names unless you fix and get yourself in trouble. We got a report on this fella from the police chief in Bangor. He's a pretty sly gazebo. Comes up from Coney Island.
New York, eh?
He works on carousels. He makes a specialty out of young things like this. He gets them all moony-eyed, he promises to marry them, and then he takes their money.
I haven't got any money.
Speak when you're spoken to, miss.
Julie, you've heard what kind of blackguard this man is. You're an inexperienced girl, and he's imposed on you and deludes you. That's why I'm willing to give you one last chance.
Yeah, hear that?
I'm meeting Mrs. Bascom at the church. We'll drive you home, and I'll explain everything to the house teacher. Come, my child.
Well, girl, don't sit there like you didn't have good sense.
Do I have to go with you?
Don't have to.
Then I'll stay.
After I warned you.
You see, Timony, there are some of them you just can't help. Good night.
No, Mr. Basco. You low-down scallywag. I'll throw you in jail.
What for?
Don't know. But I wish you did.
Well, and then what?
Huh?
You were starting to tell me a story
Me?
about that girl in Coney Island. You said you just put out the lights in the carousel, and that's as far as you got.
Yes, we had just put the lights out in the carousel, and a little girl came along in a shawl. Tell me something. Ain't you scared of me? After what that cop said about you taking money from girls.
I ain't scared.
Is that your name? Julie? Julie something?
Julie Jordan.
You're a queer one, Julie Jordan. Ain't you sorry that you didn't run away? You can still go if you wanna.
I reckon that I care to choose to stay. You couldn't take my money if I didn't have any, and I don't have a penny, that's true. And if I did have money, you couldn't take any, 'cause you'd ask and I give it to you.
You're a queer one, the woods,
No.
on the beach.
No.
Did you love him?
No. Never loved no one. I told you that.
You're a funny kid. Wanna go into town and dance, maybe, or...
No, I have to be careful.
What?
My character. You see, I'm never gonna marry. I'm never gonna marry. If I was gonna marry, I wouldn't have to be such a stickler. But I'm never gonna marry, and a girl who don't marry has gotta be much more particular.
Suppose I was to say that I'd marry you.
You?
That scares you, don't it? You're thinking about what that cop said.
No, I ain't. I don't pay no mind to what you say.
But you wouldn't marry anyone like me, now would you?
Yes, I would. If I loved you. It would make no difference what you. Even if I died for it.
How do you know what you'd do if you loved me, or how you feel, or anything?
I don't know how I know. Just the same. I know how I'd be if I loved you. When I worked at the mill, weaving at the loom, I'd gaze absent-minded at the roof, and half the time the shuttle, tangled in the threads, and the warp get mixed with the woof. If I loved you.
But you don't.
No, I don't. But somehow I can see just exactly how I feel. If I loved you, time and again I would try to stay. All I'd want you to know. If I loved you, words wouldn't come in an easy way. Round in circles I'd go, longing to tell you, but afraid and shy. I let my golden chances pass me by. Soon you'd leave me, off you would go in the mist of day, never, never to know.
Well, anyway, you don't love me. That's what you said.
Yes. I can smell them. Can you? The blossoms. The wind brings them down.
Maybe what's went tonight? Hardly anything. Oh, can't hear a sound, not the turn of a leaf, nor the fall of a wave in the sand. But eyes creeping up on the beach like a thief, afraid to be caught stealing the land. On a night like this, I start to wonder what life is all about.
And I always say two heads are better than one to figure it out.
I don't need you or anybody to help me. I got it all figured out for myself. We ain't important. What are we? Couple specks of nothing? Look at there. There's a hell of a lot of stars in the sky, and Are you trying to get me to marry you?
No.
And what's putting it in my head? It's different, all right? Don't quite know what it is. Don't give it to me with that little kid face like. You can trust in me. I wonder what it'd be like.
What?
Nothing. I know what it'd be like. It'd be awful. I can just see myself. Kind of scrawny and pale, picking up my food, mouth sick like any other guy. I'd throw away my sweater and dress up like a dude in a dickie and a collar and a tie. If I loved you.
But you don't.
No, I don't. But somehow I can see just exactly how I'd be if I loved you. Time and again I would try to say, all I want you to know. If I loved you, words would come in an easy way. Round in circles I'd go, longing to tell you, but afraid and shy. I let my golden chances pass me by. So leave me off the road this someday. I'm not a fellow to marry anybody, even if a girl's foolish enough to want me to. I wouldn't.
Don't worry about it, Billy.
Whose word?